in Cappadocia now in Göreme, which is the center. It's a village in the center of Cappadocia. I stay there for a few days and explore the area. Now walking towards the so-called open-air museum with churches, as far as I understand, churches built into the rocks. There are everywhere these hotels with built-in rooms into the stones in the caves. They're called cave hotels. I'm staying in a hotel that is built of stone. I'm in a basement, so it feels like being in a cave, basically. And it is surrounded by rocks with holes in them, with chambers in the rocks. So everywhere these caves. People used to live here for centuries like that. In the caves they built into the rocks. Apparently these rocks are soft enough to dig in to build these chambers and houses into the rocks. And it's quite amazing. It's everywhere here. Those parts of a cave that has broken loose apparently, and here you see these paintings. They painted the walls, mostly religious motives, Christian actually, Byzantine probably. So this was before the Ottomans. Early before 1000 AD sometime. So there is an open-air museum. I think I have to pay to get into this open-air museum, and it's basically the same thing. You see these paintings on the walls in these caves, but I will probably not go inside. I will explore the areas, the surrounding areas. There's a lot to see. There's enough to see. I don't have to mix with the crowds there and pay for it, but I'll have a look. I'm at the entrance. It's also a UNESCO World Heritage here since 1985, but I'm not sure if it's just a museum. Probably the whole area is UNESCO Heritage. The entrance fee is 150 lira, which is 10 euros. It's okay, but I'm not going inside. There's so much else to see, and I've had quite a few museums recently. I was in Santorini in a museum and in Konya, so I don't need more museums. For me, also, why I do this channel is not about museums. I do it because sometimes it's interesting to get a background view of the site, and for whatever reason it can be interesting, but this is not the main objective here, to see museums or objects. Okay, so we'll be turning back. I have seen another path up into these mountains, into these hills, and I'm sure I see plenty of these caves there. I will go the other way, away from the crowds, because this is just to focus, to concentrate the masses, make money out of it, and have some control over what's going on. It defies the meaning of being an individual tourist, an individual traveler. Like me, I'm trying to find individual ways, even if many people may not like it, the ones who are following the herd. I do not follow the herd. This is one of the principles of my way of traveling. Never follow the herd. This is behind me is one of the churches built into the cave, into the rocks, but restored. As you see, these walls are pretty new. Here someone is gardening here. This is lavender. It repels actually insects. I've seen here are many insects because of the many horses and animals, I suppose. So lavender, between the rows of whatever they grow here, repel the insects. That's very smart. So I'm here in one of those houses, and you can see it's very spacey. You have a lot of room here. Whatever there was before in the front, because it's getting cold here. This is why I didn't come here the last time. It was just too cold. It was going down -degrees. So there must have been something to protect from the cold and the weather. But otherwise, it's there's a lot of room and a magnificent view on the other mountains, other houses in the rocks from here. And this is all over the place. This is a large area, so there must have been many people living here in ancient times. Well, if you look at the paintings in these caves that we saw earlier, early Christian, Byzantine era. So from 200 AD to 1000, 1200 maybe, there were people living here in these caves. You have to get down again, which is not so easy. You have to be very careful with the camera in the hand to go down here. So I wouldn't recommend, if you're not confident to climb, you shouldn't come up here, because it's slippery and you can hurt yourself. And that's not worth it. So here are more of those up there. So here I'm approaching one other rock formation, hill or major rock with inbuilt caves, living caves. And there are also walls built in, so you can imagine maybe to protect from the cold and the weather, they built walls in front of the cave entrance, so they would be protected with doors and things. I think you can see it here. Small openings left. Interestingly, this wall there, it seems to have been sealed by the Ottomans. It's Arabic writing. So while the other paintings, you can see there they are clearly Christian. So maybe the Ottomans at some point closed down this place and locked the entrances by using walls and prohibiting people from entering. I would not be surprised if this Arabic writing means stay out or something. And here you have more walls. So apparently it seems that at some point either the locals, the people who live there, used the walls to protect them from weather, or later on the Ottomans or other people built these walls to keep people from entering for whatever reason. So here's more. I think I've seen this from down there, and here are more caves that are visible. They had these small openings for windows. So this behind me, this is Göreme, the center of Cappadocia. And over there is a hill. I don't know if it's also Göreme, part of Göreme, or I think there was something called a castle in Uçhisar, which is probably that thing over there. It's a few kilometers south of Göreme, southwest. Towards the Rose Red Valley. This is another major site, major attraction here in the area. I'm not sure what it is, or it's a valley, so with more stone formations, I suppose. It's 2 kilometers, so but probably that's okay. So I can make the turn after that to return to Göreme. It's a very nice day. It's not too hot, but I imagine in the summer it's very hot here. So this climbing around will be very hard if it's a little hotter. For now it's okay. It's just fine. I think I can see the Red Valley from here, and it's clear why it is called Red Valley, because the stones are red. These towers are red stone, so this is why it is called Red Valley, but it's too far for now. I have enough time to explore the area today and tomorrow, so I go back to Göreme to have some lunch or some tea or something.